Good morning and welcome to Herb Oracle Podcast, botanical divination with herbs, essences, flowers, and trees with your host, Herbal Marie. Let's start the day off pulling some oracle cards and getting a few messages. We can shoot the shiitake in a spiritual way-ish. And if you follow me on Instagram, I'll post a pic of the cards at Herb Oracle. Thanks so much for joining me. Here we go. It's always an option to go back to bed. It's always an option to throw in the towel and to kind of just give up or go with the flow, however which way you want to do it. I'm back. I took a few days off. One, because it would have been really awkward and weird for me to discuss the circumstances of the events of my life while that circumstance was laying in his office sleeping without his wedding ring on, right? So I just took a few days off to the shit had already hit the fan, so I just took a few days off just to let it sink in, right? To really give myself an opportunity to process how confusing some life circumstances can be, especially when it's not like the typical storyline. All right, so if you missed my last episodes, go ahead, listen to the drama, come on back, or I'll just give you the shortened version. My husband says he's done. He wants a divorce someday. Ain't gonna happen anytime soon, probably, because of money and situation and children and just, we're in a contract, dude. So we are cohabitating, and if that wasn't confusing enough, it got actually more confusing for me when, instead of ignoring me like he had done for a month, he actually started being nice to me, and we started communicating and just being civil, and so the mind is confused. It's like, is he trying to make up with me? No, he's not. He's just being nice to you, which actually turns out to be more confusing than if he was growling at you. So I don't know. I guess that's the end of my story for now with it all, because nothing really is going to transpire when we're just, throwing in the towel, floating around, not really making any definitive decisions. So nonetheless, emotionally exhausting, okay? Nonetheless, completely emotionally exhausting. And then to have financial stuff coming in on top of that. And today actually I'm still in my pajamas because I may actually go back to bed today. And I was up all night with a horrible gassy belly ache, whether the stress had just caught up with my gastrointestinal tract or I ate too much mayonnaise and weird food. I definitely was stress eating yesterday. When you're not hungry, but you're like, all right, maybe a little this, little that, little this. You're just nonstop, which was odd for me. And so there was a lot of different things in my stomach, including Indian food, spicy, and lots of mayonnaise dressing and raisins and dates and sunflower seeds, and oh my gosh, no wonder I got sick. So anyways, but yesterday when I was feeling much more reclaimed and energetic, and I actually envisioned myself waking up being really full of pep, and being like, hey, how's it going, everybody? Boo-ba-da-boo-ba-da-boo. But, here we are. So let's pull some oracle cards today. It's going to be a chill day for me. I'm going to read. I got some new books to distract me. Not really. I didn't mean to get books to distract me, but by the time they got here, after I ordered them from Thrift Books, it was the perfect timing that I was like, oh, good, because I need something to focus on, I've got a stack of herb books on this desk right now because I'm researching and pulling together a podcast about red clover for Herbal Marie. So I have that going on. I have 3 boxes on the dining room table to do 3 homeschool portfolios that need done this week. So I definitely have plenty to do, and instead of just, thinking about me. I'm really over it. I'm over and done thinking about me, and maybe you are too. So I hope we get a general message today. It doesn't need to be about me, because I am so exhausted is the word. Okay, I'm bored with this. I'm bored with us now. This problem has become boring. So anyways, that's about it. But two of the books were the next two books in the Tina Louise Spalding channelings. So I've got this second book. Okay, the first one was Making Love to God. Remember the one I didn't want to read? And then what ended up being an awesome, amazing book. Wow. Really wow. It's more of a life book than a sex book, But it was really good. So Tina Louise Spalding, Making Love to God. Okay, I'm trusting her because that was really good. So now the next one is also another book that I would never ever buy if I would have seen it. It's called Great Voices Speak to You or something. And it's a collection of 20 channelings from celebrities who have passed over into what we call the death experience. So I wouldn't have got this book, one, because celebrities really don't interest me. Of course I'm aware of them, because they're popular and famous, everybody knows them, but I wouldn't buy a book about these people, or anybody really, dead or alive. Get over it, Apparently that's my keyword to get over it. Maybe that'll be the name of this podcast, Get Over It. Okay, so that's that one. And then the next one, I still wouldn't have never bought this book. It's called Jesus, My Autobiography or something. So we'll see how it goes. I would have never bought the first one. It was great. We'll see about the second and third ones. But this is part of my spiritual training. And just where my path has led to these books. And believe me, my path has gone all over the place. It's really fun to see how now I can kind of look back and connect the dots and see how I've evolved with the way that I'm perceiving the world. But really, it's all about clarifying your mind. Yeah, if you don't like your life, you need to clarify your mind. So maybe that's what part of my getting sick in the middle of the night too was all about. I have brought in so much negativity in my being that I had to purge and sit on the toilet and clarify my body, because it's all about letting go of the negativity on every single level. All right, well, before it gets too TMI, let me grab a deck. So I definitely do need to be thankful that, I'm sitting here in my matching pajamas, my matching old lady pajamas. I look like my mom. Able to pull cards with you, able to just hang out. Gosh, I really do have a really good life, even though it's just got a little hairy, scary, and weird, totally weird. I don't know. What can you do though? So what can you do? I'm going to grab the Oracle of the Essences. This deck is really insightful, and I like it because it's going to give us an affirmation. To just kind of be forward thinking. I sort of slowed down there because I was getting an image for the layout. We're going to do it's going to go 1, 2, 1, kind of in a diamond shape. A diamond feel to it, because really I do have a diamond life, you know what I mean? Not many people can stay at home with their kids, homeschool them, walk around the yard petting their herbs if that's what they feel like doing, So I've really enjoyed living like this. I don't know, the time frame on that, but so. Okay, here's our first card. I'm going to put it up there. I'm not looking at them quite yet, though. So, husband kind of wanted, me to make arrangements to leave. Hold on. The table's gritty. I gotta wipe it up. And I said, I'm not going anywhere. We have a job to do here. So we will see how this goes. I just can't even express, though, how weird it is. Like, when in your mind, your ego thinks that you should be fighting with this person, but instead you're being nice and civil. It's confusing because then, like, you're like, wait, I hope they're not trying to make up with me. Like, hey, no take backs. Like, you said it was over, so it's over. Like, hey, don't get me wrong. Like, you guys, like, no one feel bad for me. There is a part of me, like, that is joyous to be exiting, or at least heading in the direction of exiting this contract. Trust me. Yeah, so I think that's what's the more stressful part about him being nice is like, oh God, is he trying to make like this all never happen? Because it happened. You know what I mean? Like, it happened. Okay, so I'm just going to grab, there's one at the top, one popping off the middle, and then the one on the bottom. All right, so these are the 4 cards today. I'm all like, I'm done talking about myself. And then I'm like, well, but I can't stop because I don't have anybody else to think about right now. Okay, so here is our message. It's Thursday. Like, I literally want to say, like, for Monday, because, yeah, like, it just hasn't happened for me. Podcasts have not happened this week for me. So let's see here. Here's our message for Thursday. And it is pretty. We got 1, 2, and then the 2, and then the 1. So, yeah, it doesn't really look like a diamond at all the way I was thinking, I guess, but kind of, Maybe if I separate those two a little bit more. No, I'm pushing it. Okay, so here's our first card, the one that I stopped on first. All right, very good. Thank you for this direction. It's Clary Sage. And she's sitting in lotus position. I know when kids, we always just call that Indian style, but I guess that's lotus. She has this beautiful lotusy mandala flower over, right where I was hurting last night. That between that second chakra, that's what the hell it was, second chakra crap. But she's sitting there not in pain, trying to burp. She is sitting there pretty peaceful, actually, with her long dark hair. She's naked, but her long hair is covering her, and she's sitting, and she's got sage flowers all around her, and it almost seems like water, like 2 streams of water flowing around her too. And then she has this beautiful energy mandala behind her, so she looks like she's either getting ready to meditate or maybe already meditated, because Clary Sage is all about intuition, clarity, and also cycles, but she's looking really clear. And so she may have already meditated, and she's just sitting there now in that clear space in her mind, letting the energy flow around her. Maybe for me, I see it as water because it's like letting the emotions flow. So right away, I'm getting a message personally for, obviously, to meditate, stay in that clear space. Do not go into your ego right now and make a bigger mess than it needs to be. Ego wants to fight. Ego wants to say F you. Ego wants to be a dick. Okay? But what I really need right now is just to stay in that clear space and meditate more and follow my intuition and understand that I'm going through change. This is a cycle of my life, and like all cycles, they can be done gracefully and with clarity. So Clary Sage up on top. Okie dokie. All right, now I'm going to turn over. Son of a gun. The next 2 cards, we have Myrrh and Manuka. So I said uh-oh because Manuka is all about that relationship rescue, that confrontation, right? And Myrrh is about compassion and belonging. So, okay, guys, I lied. I said I was done talking about my life. This is my life I'm looking at right now. Um, right, this relationship confrontation. That the thing that is going to rescue it is knowing that we belong together right now. Doesn't matter what you think in your mind or whatever. We still belong together because we still have a job to do. Taking care of this house and raising these children, these beautiful kids, and until we can figure out how to end it in a easy, beautiful, compassionate way, I feel like it's like we have to make our peace that we're still both here. Great, you're gonna sleep in your office, not wear your wedding ring. I'm still going to wear my ring because one, my daughters always look to see if I'm wearing it anytime I'm angry with him. So I don't really want them to worry, and I don't really want this to be a family discussion just yet. I mean, this needs to be settled between, my pretty much departed husband and myself. Do you know what I mean? Like, we need to figure it out within us so that before we bring anyone else in it. So anyways, of course I brought you in it. You're here with me, but yeah, I need you. Okay. So Myrrh is all about compassion and belonging. It is an Egyptian Isis. She is holding the Ankh in a bowl, and yeah, she's got 3 heads right now in this drawing, and she's growing out of a tree. So, and she's got some myrrh leaves down there at the bottom, and some pyramids in the background, some geometry lines in the sky above her. But they're really cool how the tree is worked in here. And okay, so Myrrh and Manuka, and I don't know if I told you, the Manuka, the Aboriginal couple, is kind of staring at each other. They're close enough to kiss, but they're not. But it seems peaceful, I guess. But yeah, they're both pretty serious in the image. But it's yellow in the background, and with the flowers of the Manuka. So yeah, there's definitely two between the gold background of Manuka and the gold pyramids of the Myrrh. It's kind of interesting how we went from this blue card at the top. Of course, I put an interest in the second chakra, maybe second, third, I don't know, but there's definitely this golden light energy now that's coming through, and that could, be what we need right now from the higher realms. Like, visualize bringing in a golden light energy to help heal our hearts, minds, and bodies, and just take us to that next level, that next cycle that we're ready for. Okay, and let's get the bottom card before we look in the book. Okay, we got another meditator on the bottom. Okay, so obviously this message is going to start and end with getting grounded. This is Vetiver at the bottom. He is a he's got this Indian building behind him. I would say, yeah, he's from India. He's beautiful. He's sitting on a lotus, so we got some lotus energy. His eyes they look closed, but he might actually be grinning and being in bliss. Maybe they're just squinted because he looks actually pretty happy. But Vetiver is all about concentration and grounding. Oh, if that is not such a clear message for me, like if I'm going to get anything done, I've got a pile of books here, I've got a pile of papers over there, like at the end of the day, I'll have a pile of dishes. I can bet on that. If I'm going to get anything done, I need to have focus. I need to be able to focus on one thing at a time. And Vetiver is reminding me to ground my energy so that I can concentrate, so that I can get things done, so that I can concentrate enough to meditate with clary sage and feel that clarity, and concentrate on staying in compassion, like Myrrh said, right? If my mind gets wiggity whack, it's going to attack. It's going to feel like it has to defend itself. So it is so important for me as I go through this cycle to, keep my energy grounded. And like Isis, Myrrh is growing out of that tree. That is also a message of grounding too. Like, I have put roots here. So there is really no need for me to wobble energetically in my home, in my yard, in my garden, in this sacred space of mine. I should be able to really just, stay grounded. Yeah, all right, so we're going to head back up to the top with clary sage. I have my water. I'm not even drinking tea this morning. I am just drinking water because I feel so like I just need to clean out my body now. Now that it's pretty much cleaned itself out, I'll just follow up. I ended up actually taking some activated charcoal in the middle of the night, which is, it absorbs poisons, because I was starting to feel like last night, like maybe I ate something that I was allergic to. Like, did something have cashews in it? So I always have activated charcoal on hand, that black powdery stuff that everyone's like brushing their teeth with nowadays, because it does absorb things in your body. It helps to reduce gas. But yeah, like if I would eat cashews and feel real sick and I could throw up, but then I would also want to follow up with some activated charcoal to absorb. It would be like, same kind of idea as like taking like a clay, a clay to absorb the toxin and get it out. Activated charcoal seems to do that for me as well. So up at the top, I do love these cards, and I love how pretty Vetiver is at the bottom. It's got all these purple, it has a purple and turquoise sky, and more of that gold energy with the building, and yeah. So these are gorgeous cards. I love that Vetiver is light, like it's got a white background. So it's like, as we go within and we reach up for the higher energies, they become white light, and that's the clarity that we're looking for. So Rachel Wolchin said these wise words: never apologize for trusting your intuition. Sounds like a rowdy girl, love her. So clary sage is a great essence for guilt, obsessiveness, tearfulness, and frigidity. She surrounds herself with her visions. Clary sage helps you change perspectives and look at the world from a different point of view. So that's actually really awesome that, in our next card was Myrrh, because Myrrh is all about compassion and belonging. But before you can have compassion towards another person, like, you have to pretty much step into their shoes so you can see their perspective, at least for a minute, so you can, understand where they're coming from. So the clary sage personality is confident, creative, and extremely psychic. It's the pillar of emotional support. When it is out of balance, the clary sage personality can be vague, obsessed, and tearful, a wreck of a woman dueling between victimization and manipulation. It gets lost in suspicion, and its fear creates mental fatigue. Yeah. Certainly can relate right now a little bit, where, the ego wants to go, oh, I'm a victim, that this is happening to me, or that you want to that the ego retaliates and wants to take charge. So staying in this place of neutrality while still having an ego it's a bit of mastery for sure. Clary sage helps the individual to see through restrictive beliefs and increase the ability to daydream and visualize. It is also connected with the second chakra, the chakra of creativity, and the chakra of the reproductive system. It is especially good for enhancing intuition in both genders. Clary Sage looks after the female reproductive system through development, fertility, and the end of menstrual cycles. It might assist with endometriosis, infertility, menopause, hot flashes, insomnia, and urinary health. So here's the divinatory meaning. Trust your intuition and follow your heart. Yeah, trust the intuition, follow your heart. The journey of life can be tough at times. Try looking outside the box for answers. Allow yourself to receive the messages your soul holds for you. There are times you are in the fullness and times when you are in the depths of darkness. It is time to become aware on how the cycles affect you and come to sync with them. So the affirmation is, I am connected to my inner vision. I am trusting and acting. I am connected to my inner vision. I am trusting and acting. So yeah, I am connected to my inner vision of the life that I want, which, take away all the details, it's a life that is peaceful, creative, and full of love. So it's kind of like, hey, I don't care what variables are in my life. Whether it's a period of light or period of dark, like I can still go within. I can still trust my intuition and take actions according to following my heart, following my intuition, and following my guidance. So yeah, cheers to clarity and Clary Sage, for sure. Absolutely. Yes. Can I get an amen? So then to just go into myrrh, which is actually one of the essential oils that I wear more often than any of the other ones. Lavender, of course, is going to be in first place forever. You know, that if I had only picked one essence, it would be lavender because it's just so versatile and I put it on my pits. But a lot of times I go and put on some myrrh. I really am attracted to myrrh. I love the way it smells. It's so dirty. I love it. It just has this dirty, earthy, resinous smell. And which is interesting because I need more compassion in my life. And I also probably need a sense of belonging in my life too, you know. And then, of course, that got a little shook this past month and week. Like, you know, when you don't feel like you belong in your marriage anymore. It's hard to even feel like you belong in the same house. So it's really interesting that we've come to this peaceful kind of place for now that we still belong here. It's amazing, actually. So wise words from John Connolly. There is a nobility in compassion, a beauty in empathy, and a grace in forgiveness. So yeah, it all boils down to my forgiveness practice. 100% everything. So Myrrh is creative, expressive, and in touch with her psychic gifts. Okay, so now we've got back-to-back psychic gifts, psychic support, psychic availability. She is loving and empathetic, and she is the pillar of emotional support. Wow. Myrrh is an Egyptian goddess. She has more than one face, representing the nature of a woman wearing many hats. Myrrh holds the essence of the Divine Mother. She is strong and fearless. So how awesome is that to get Myrrh with her many faces as I put on my many faces? And actually, just last night, out of freaking nowhere, my guides were like, share your face on Instagram. And I was like, what? Like, please, God, no. And so I did a face reveal on Herbal Marie. Not that like too many people were asking or that it was even necessary, but I think like for me, like I just need to be so transparent right now and honest with myself that it just makes sense to put my guts, that's so gross, my guts out on the table wherever I go, lead with my heart. And I don't want to feel like I'm hiding anything from anyone anymore. So yeah, I just was like, post your face, be done with it. I hid behind the tatsoi. Like if someone would just scroll down looking at the pictures, they'd not see my face unless they scroll or swipe right, to look through the images. So yeah, I hid behind the tatsoi, but yet I still was like, you know what? I'm just gonna post my face here because, like, okay, like with this relationship, and this will touch upon like Clary Sage's dark side, her suspicion. Like, I really do want the whole truth and nothing but the truth to come out about, what's prompting my relationship to end with my husband. So, in order for the whole truth to find me, I have to exhibit and be the whole truth in my life. So yeah, I could get way more raw and vocal, and I'm just not holding anything back anymore. I'm just not. So yeah, I hope that all my lies, not my lies, but like the things that like I just didn't mention this to somebody, like, out of whatever, like this could be the month that I blurt out things and not even realizing it. But I made intentions to, yeah, be completely transparent and honest and true. So, anyways, that's why I did all that, because it's just the many faces that I want to wear are compassion, honesty, love, and yeah, maybe there's another one. I don't know. Fun, beauty, whatever. But like, yeah, I'm definitely starting to walk my talk more and more than I already was. I already felt like I was, but here I am more. Myrrh. Okay, here I am, Myrrh. Get back on track. Here I am, Myrrh. Myrrh assists with feelings of security and belonging. It is the essence that nurtures you, but also the one that protects you from harm. She is a powerful mother, and she is not afraid of your changes and transformations as she rules over the emotions of the heart. It is a relaxant essence as stress plays no part in a balanced Myrrh personality. Just like Mother Earth, Myrrh welcomes everyone with her nurturing and loving energy. However, she knows that sometimes she needs to shake, move, and destroy to be able to rebuild better and new foundations. She does this without judging and without hate, knowing that destruction can lead to accomplishment. She doesn't preoccupy the mind with affairs of the past nor the future, because she knows that there is a divine plan and that everything will follow that plan. Well, if that doesn't feel like a warm hug, as you know, my life is in a state of destruction, but that's because it needs rebuilt better. And that can be done without judging and without hate. That can be done with a loving heart and, and just non-judgment and nurturing, loving energy. And it is interesting that like my husband has been coming to me for more emotional support than he generally does or ever did. So I can be that energy for him, right? As I'm looking at the Manuka card, I can be that energy for him, despite the fact that like our roles are being rewritten. So Myrrh is amazing. It's mentioned even before the Bible in the Ebers Papyrus, an Egyptian medical paper of herbal knowledge dating to circa 1550 BC. Myrrh has the power to expel mucus from the body, as well as act as an anti-inflammatory and antiviral. It is of great assistance for any gum disease and bleeding. It blends especially well with frankincense, sandalwood, or copaiba. Copaiba. That word I can't say. So if this card has come to you in a reading, it is because you have to watch the words you are saying and be mindful of your language choices, which I have. Like everything is getting run through a filter with him before it comes out of my mouth right now. Although I did just say 2 seconds ago that I felt like I could start blabbing. Okay, so Myrrh's like, actually, could you just maybe still watch that? Maybe don't tell everyone all your secrets. Or be so honest that it is brutal. That I think that's what it is more. Because I don't really have any secrets. I'm so open. Let's see. Words are an important part of the manifestation process. Try a more nurturing approach. It can also appear if there are nurturing mother duties that need to be performed. True. There is. I've been riding around in the passenger seat with a teenager with a permit. So she can be courageous in spirit, but be gentle of heart. Spend time with children and teach them how to be themselves. Stop judging and look at this situation through compassionate eyes. So the affirmation is, every day I am becoming more and more considerate of others. I always speak from the heart. Every day I am becoming more and more considerate of others. I always speak from the heart. Yeah, and that's going to serve us so well for our next card, Manuka. And that's about, we've had this before, so it's all about asking for help, not having to do everything yourself. So allow other people to support you. Allow the energies around you to support you. That's what I'm hearing personally. The affirmation is, I can be powerful and ask for help at the same time. So this is definitely all about, supporting our heart chakra. And Manuka is a powerful, it's up there with tea tree, actually maybe more powerful than tea tree. But it'll fight for us. It'll protect us if we need it. And if we're just tired and run down and we need some emotional support, I feel like Manuka's saying, go ahead, ask for that. And use this kindness and support in your relationships. And I'm not going to get into this part of the book too much because we've had it so many times before already. But it's basically saying you can't possibly do it all on your own. And at the end of the day, we were created equally to support and help each other. Allow that to happen. So after being married for like 12 years and it being completely dysfunctional, not balanced, it's like so weird that here now at the beginning of the end of it all, we have this opportunity to actually probably be the people that we should have always been, or whatever. And especially maybe in the way of supporting each other. Because, I know that's a big thing. He feels like I don't support him emotionally and stuff. And I can be a cold human. I certainly can. Or I just feel like everybody should figure out their own shit, So anyways, that's really interesting. But how am I going to ever understand him? I have to go back now to Myrrh and Clary Sage and, put myself in his shoes, try to see it from his perspective, try to see his dysfunction that he has in his mind, and be more compassionate as that, with that or something. I'm going to have to go back to Clary Sage and get that clarity exactly. But what if I was him and he was me? What if all of a sudden in the middle of this theatrical play that we're in, we have to switch roles, right? We have to, now I'm you and you're me. Sometimes if we take the time to entertain that imagination, that theoretical thing, like what if we had to all of a sudden, I'm the dad now and you're the mom. We have like one of those body switches. Those great movies that they used to do. Okay. Right. We switch like I'm in his body, now he's in mine. How would it feel then? How would I like it? Like, I don't get to sit at home in my old lady pajamas pulling oracle cards. Like, okay, now I'm at a job that he hated it, right? Well, I hate it too. Now I have to get up and leave every day. So, there is a lot of opportunity here for me to expand my perception, my awareness, my empathy, and my compassion. So anyways, let us sit with that for a hot minute, because that makes your head spin. Like, yeah, but like my ego's like, yeah, but that's not my arrangement in this life. Yes, ego, I get that. I get that. Ego always wants to defend you and attack everyone on your behalf. But that keeps us in, a state of separation. And that's another thing that Myrrh was saying. Separation right now is not the answer. Emotionally, energetically, feeling isolated, separated, that is not the answer. So I feel like that is also why Manuka is like, why don't you reach out, right? Connect with people, talk with people. You don't have to keep this all inside. Like, I have had a few people, to just kind of connect with on different things online. I don't even really know them, but I do have people that I can talk to, and I was totally spilling my guts to Sarah Marie Miller from Time in the Studio, because I don't know if I told you, but I'm going to be interviewed with her next week, and I had to postpone the interview because of all this drama. So I felt in my energy of transparency that I want, like, I just let her know, especially because, like, I didn't want her to think I was just procrastinating, like, for no damn reason. Just pulling some bullshit, like, oh, I'll do it next week. No, like, there actually is, like, a really good reason to wait just a few days. But anyways, how nice to feel like I didn't have to, like, sit with my emotions all by myself that day. And she is, like, the most compassionate energy ever. Like, I strive to be more like that. So anyways, let's go to our last card so we can wrap it up. And maybe, as Vetiver says, get grounded and concentrate and focus on something today. Because, I got a lot to do, even if it's just talking it out. I mean, there's definitely plenty to do. So Vetiver, I have used it. It's real grounding to me and relaxing. So let's see what we have to say here. John W. Gardner said, "Life is the art of drawing without an eraser." Good one, John. Good one, John. It's true. Vetiver is a very earthly essence. It encourages patience and stillness of the mind. In India and Sri Lanka, it is known for its powers to induce tranquility and calmness. It is used widely in Ayurvedic medicine. The flowers of vetiver, purple and brown in color, give a sense of foundation to the card. Vetiver helps to bring individuals back into reality. The essence instills focus on the things that are needed, leaving the past behind and the future for tomorrow. So like this present moment, now, that's all we got. So focus right here. When the vetiver personality presents as less than perfect, the individual feels lost, aloof, and unfocused. Worries take sleep away, and lack of creativity creates a vicious cycle of thought. Vetiver helps with insomnia and irritability, as well as hyperactivity, concentration, and depression. It is amazing for repairing discoloration of the skin and stretch marks. Okay, well, I'm going to have to get some more vetiver, because I used to put it on at night. I have seen it used for ADHD kids. Not that that's a problem in this house, or a blessing, however which way you want to look at it. It is awesome. And I didn't know you could use it for discoloration of the skin. So that could be another use in this house, because one of my children loves to be on her elbows, and they are getting, even though I'm softening them up, they're brownish. So the lemon juice, I don't know, that hasn't done the trick. So I'm wondering maybe vetiver could come in and help. All right, so that's just a side note there. Side note, Mom, order your kid some vetiver. When vetiver appears in your reading, you are advised to come back to the present time and be mindful. Your energy is too scattered. Regroup and focus on what you want so your energy can be a match for what you are asking for. Connect back to your roots. Look after the earth. Your job here is much needed. So yeah, for sure, that's the most annoying thing about relationship drama, is that it scatters your energy, scatters your focus. You're like it's just a normal day, and like I just feel so overwhelmed because my energy is broken. So yeah, like that is the work here, coming back into a grounded, clear state so that I can focus and do my job. So the affirmation is, I am fully grounded in the experience of the present moment. I am at peace with what is. I am fully grounded in the experience of the present moment. I am at peace with what is. All right, so earlier in this podcast, I thought the title of this podcast was going to be Get Over It. Really, I was going to settle for that. But now I think, Be at Peace with What is the perfect name for this podcast, because what else can you do? What else can you do when your life is going through these cycles of changes? So yeah, such beautiful messages today, to come at whatever it is, be at peace with it. Come at it with compassion and love and this grounded energy that, hey, it can shake you, but you're not going to fall, right? You are so grounded, you can still love no matter what. Even if the towers are fallen, y'all, the towers are fallen. So Clary Sage wants us to connect with our intuition, our clarity, and just go with the flow of these cycles. Myrrh wants us to be compassionate and know that you belong where you are. If you are where you are, you belong there right this second. Even if that is, as Manuka said, maybe a relationship that needs to be confronted and healed and remedied, and I guess I'm hearing the word restructured. So anyways, how is all that going to happen? Well, vetiver is saying this scattered mind is not going to be serving you. So ground your energy into Gaia. Concentrate, focus, so that you can maintain your frequency, maintain your energy, do your earth work, and enjoy doing it as well. He is definitely in a state of at peace and enjoyment. So thank you so much to all these beautiful essences to come through, and thank you so much for hanging out. I hope you heard a message that helped you get through your day as well too. But yeah, put your hands together in front of your heart space and just take a breath. Just take a breath and be like, okay, I got this. I can do this. Everything is going to be fine. And the way that I know that is because there is an energy that flows within me, and I'm going to connect with that, ride that, flow with that, and let it guide me. So have a beautiful, grounded, guided, concentrated, compassionate, clear day.